All right, welcome to the Ringer Gambling Show, Wednesday edition. Cousin Sal here. Full disclosure, we are recording right after the OKC San Antonio Game 5. Normally, I have my partner, Zach Lowe, with me, but, we're going to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to give these young bucks a chance. Of course, my forever Wednesday partners, Joe House, Anthony Dabbundo. What is happening, fellas?
Because the sports guy is the only one who can pod max on right after a game. I mean, we're not live, but look, we can do it.
I apologize. People will listen or watch or not watch at the regular time if they want. But the bundle, here we are. I know you have to go to bed. It's usually 10:45 for you, right?
Yeah, I'm not usually allowed to stay up this late. I had to get special permission. But we're also recording live in the middle of Phillies Padres. Sal, you wouldn't let me watch the end of the game.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Before we did the pod, Phillies are clinging to a 4-2 lead.
This won't be as bad. I know there's a hockey game that some people might be interested in too. The Knights are holding on to a 1-0 lead with a few minutes left there. We're going to talk hockey. We'll talk NBA playoffs, of course. French Open. Dabbundo will let you have the floor. Charles Schwab Challenge. House will let you have the floor. We won't talk about baseball because the Mets absolutely suck beyond recognition. We have plays
what a shame.
today. Couple hump day headlines. It's very, very, very sad. The Ringer Gambling Show is brought to you by FanDuel. The conference finals are here. Think you know how it'll go down? Take your shot with FanDuel and get closer to the action. FanDuel is the best place to bet the teams, players, and plays during the NBA postseason. Build a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout, or try live betting and jump into the action after tip-off. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app now and play your game. You have to be 21 or older in select states, 18 or older in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, call 1-888-789-7777, or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. But let's hit that game. OKC, San Antonio, 127-114. The Thunder cover easily. The game goes over easily. Jared McCain with 18 in the second half, so 20 overall. Wemby, I think, had the hantavirus. A very quiet 20-6. 4 for 15. He missed all 5 threes. House. What was going on there?
Anytime the Spurs have the combination of Victor Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox combined for 8 for 30 from the field, that just goes in the loss column. And I think this series now is settling into a home cadence. This has Game 7 written all over it. We're going to be back here in Oklahoma City. What we're seeing is, a natural thing, especially for a team like the Spurs, where the role players play, at home with the comfort. Now, it wasn't the role players that misfired in this game, but the Thunder had nice performances. You mentioned McCain. We saw Caruso back alive again. And by golly, Chet Holmgren does play professional basketball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. His best game.
First I've seen him.
Right. Anybody. He went way over his points, rebounds, and assists number, 22.5, 23.5. A double-double out of Chet Holmgren. So I just feel like we're in this mode now with this series where it's home. Whoever has home court advantage is going to win the series. And that happens to be Oklahoma City.
Well, there haven't been 2 wins in a row by a team, right? So it went OKC, San Antonio, now OKC. OKC stealing one on the road, right? I have that right? So, but you said it.
San Antonio won the first game.
OKC won 2 and 3.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh, they did win. Oh, forget that. I don't even know what's going on. Dabbundo, as House said, Hartenstein 12 and 15, Holmgren 16 and 11, SGA 32. That was the highest game of the series for him, and now they are in control 3-2.
On what planet should Wembanyama be out-rebounded 26-6 by the OKC Bigs? That I thought was the most puzzling thing. He has a game where he's not particularly involved offensively, only attempts 4 shots in the first half. We have seen the Spurs be successful in games where they haven't had Wemby be the focal point of the offense. But there is no world where they are successful getting dominated on the glass inside like they were for large stretches of that game. And you got the sense that this was the OKC put up or shut up game. But I don't know. I was sitting there all afternoon watching the market, and they closed 3.5. It got all the way down
Yeah.
to 3.5. So there still is a lot of market love for the Spurs in this series, and I'll be interested to see, game 6. Does the market bet out toward toward the Spurs? It already is. I mean, there was 2.5s open. It's already out to 3.5. So market still says we don't really care what we just watched. We still think San Antonio is going to get this back for a game 7. But I was kind of amazed to see that market get all the way down to 3.5, and I was kind of angry the entire fourth quarter watching Jared McCain cook, knowing that the Sixers had him. Let's just say the Philly group chats.
Yeah,
the Philly group chats throwing a little assist to the Thunder as they attempt to take down the Knicks.
So you may remember Monday's show, I did OKC money line, and I tied it with Wemby under 13.5 rebounds because I've been getting just crushed house on same game parlays. Like, I'm going to put him over 9.5 rebounds. I'm going to put him over 8.5. He just doesn't get there. And he doesn't actually get there. He doesn't get to the hoop. He'd much rather contest the 3. Like, he's not even close to like battling rebounds with Hartenstein or Holmgren. And I think that left a chance for these guys to put up big numbers. I don't know. Wemby had 9 and 1 at the half. In a way, I don't think they should ever lose a game that Julian Champagne has 17 points at the half.
That's it. Julian Champagne was outstanding. Stefan Castle was excellent. Keldon Johnson was very good. But, Wemby, it felt like was too comfortable being pushed away from the basket. And I feel like I haven't had a chance to do advanced number layering yet, but I bet this game featured the most time of Hartenstein and Holmgren together on the floor of the entire series.
Seemed that way.
And I also bet that shot quality wise, Wemby's attempts were outside the paint like far too often for my taste. And that's how you end up 4 for 15. And the 12 free throws, saved his like basic stat line. That's how he got to 20 points.
Yeah.
But the shot quality wasn't there for him or for Fox.
Did you hear that, Sal?
What
did you say?
Shot
Advanced
quality?
Number layering,
Oh,
shot quality. Is this
that.
Cleveland Cavaliers future assistant coach Joe House?
Why not, House?
Well,
Coach
the
of
Thunder
year.
won, and not only that,
Analytically,
they
analytically,
won
the
by
Cavs are still alive.
9.5. That's
Listen,
the
you
most
could take
important
that
thing.
job, House. Just know that Simmons isn't going to vote for you for Coach of the Year under any circumstances, even though you're his best friend since
I don't
you were
need that.
4 years old.
I'm fine with
that. There you go.
Simmons did vote for Missoula.
Hell yeah, I
What
can
do you
tell by
think?
his silence on the chat. He usually comes public with it. Listen, it's fine. That's not his first homer vote. It won't be his last. I just don't know how he sleeps at night. That's fine. By the way, I had 10-1 on Bickerstaff. Yeah, so everyone knows. I'm very
Preseason, if I recall. I think
preseason. I gave out 3 picks on Guess the Lines, basketball picks, because he insisted we talk about it the last 10 minutes, and that was one of them. Of course, I don't do the research everyone else does, but that was nice. 60 wins, right? Missoula, what does he do? He just watches. All right, chuck the ball up, guys. I can't really call. Let me know when it's over. Oh, we did. Okay, we made.
Whose call are we going to
30?
take? That's what he watches.
Yeah,
he watches
right.
the town.
Disgusting. But Dabbundo, I'm looking at these numbers here. So turnovers were about even. Fast break points with 26-9 Spurs. And they actually points in the paint was 46-38 Spurs. Does that have to be more than a +8 for them to win?
Oh, it does when they
clearly.
shoot the ball as poorly as they did from 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. It was 12 for 41. Yeah, that was it.
And Wemby started jacking threes in the second half. A lot of that was a little bit of desperation, so the numbers get a little skewed. But yeah, Wemby and Vassell took a lot of threes in the second half, and very few of them went in. But really, yeah, it was the OKC offense. I mean, we finally had the game. We haven't talked about it yet. We finally had the game that I think all the NBA haters, the SGA haters, the OKC haters, maybe the acronym haters, a lot of FTs. Finally,
Right.
the game where you're
lot
like,
of whistles.
stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. 17 free throws for Shea, 16 from the line. That is the math problem that OKC's offense creates for everybody. They hadn't really done that in the series. I mean, they've had decent offensive games, but none of them were crazy efficient. Tonight was finally the night, uncoincidentally. SGA finally went over his point total for the first time in the series tonight, too,
Right.
at 32, even though he didn't actually play that well, I thought.
70 free throws, House. And I think we're about to give picks for game 6, but I do want to warn everybody. We don't know what we're talking about because every game is different. Every single game is different. It really is. I mean,
Just
come
guess
on.
how the officials are going to officiate it too. I mean,
I'm
that's another part of
sorry.
this.
Look at what I just told you, Champagne, but that should be enough. They should never in their history of their franchise lose a game where Julian Champagne has 17 at the half and whatever he ended up with. To get 20, I don't know what he did, 21, 22?
22.
Ridiculous. All right, so let's do this, House. What are you doing? I know what you're doing. You already told us what you're going to do for Game 6.
Yeah, of course. I really do think we've settled into a cadence here where the home team, Game 4, Game 5, Game 6 are all going to play out this narrative, and it does. The reason I think Dabbundo asked why did that number get squeezed all the way down to Oklahoma City as only a slight favorite there, 3.5. It's because of the uncertainty that's coming from their lack of depth at the guard position with both AJ Mitchell and J-Dub out, and their inability, the lack of versatility in shot creation that comes along with those guys missing. It's a different, we'll see what the whistle is. That game tonight felt very much like a regular season kind of Oklahoma City game. SGA gets his 30. Both Chet and Hartenstein are efficient. I think they went 12 for 17. But my pick for Game 6 is San Antonio -9.5.
Whoa.
It just keeps going.
That might be plagiarism.
You should market this.
I would know.
It's supportive. I support this. Look at how these games have gone. These last 3 games, all well past that 9.5 threshold. And now that we're in home team favor, home team whistle territory, would the league like a Saturday night 8:00 game to cap off the end of this Western Conference final in advance of the real final starting next Wednesday? I think so. So I think we're poised for Game 7. And I like San Antonio at home. That crowd showed up great. The 2 ladies standing behind Coach Mitch, very prominent supporters. Great job by them. That I haven't seen teamwork like that since I probably shouldn't say on this family program.
No, go ahead.
Kind of teamwork that
yes,
we've seen.
What are you watching later tonight? Yeah.
Well, it's that Abuela Danger and Mendoza probably. I haven't seen teamwork since probably that. But
I was gonna say
-9.5.
Abuela.
The Spurs. There we go. The Spurs -9.5. We get our Game 7 that we deserve.
The 9.5s have been very good to us, Dabbundo. So this is 6 in a row. 6 games in a row, the 9.5 is hit, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Has it been every game of this series but the first game?
No,
Stefan,
not this
check.
series.
We're counting the Knicks. We're counting from Thursday.
Right, but hasn't it also been every game?
No, the second game was only 9.
Right.
Oh,
yes,
right,
exactly.
right.
So close.
Monday, yeah. Way to
So
put
that's
a pin in that.
all 4 games of Knicks Cavs, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then the last
2 out of
3.
3 out of 5. Yeah.
Yes.
3 out of 5.
Exactly.
Yeah,
7 out of 9.
It's a profitable business. It really is.
Profitable business. The cousin
It's simple.
style.
It's a
I
simple
should
method.
probably jump on
The
with
easy
you there,
handicap.
House. I know.
Plus 188 on the FanDuel Sportsbook. If you like money.
I do like money. Maybe one of us wins money, but I'm going the other way. I think it's over. I think it's over. I'm going
What's OKC
Thunder.
9.5?
Well, no, I won't do that, but I'm going OKC plus 3.5. I like the flow. I just like their flow, and I get it that it's every other team or whatever for the most part, home. I don't think Hartenstein and Holmgren, I don't think they're afraid of Wemby anymore. I think aside from the 1-game advantage, they have a huge psychological advantage now. And don't even get me started on analytics. So they have those 3 things going for them. But when you're not intimidated by Wemby, when you don't think he's going to be crashing the boards, and he hasn't been, and you could just grab rebounds, and hopefully some outsider makes a shot like Caruso, and then everybody else plays their game, that's all you need. OKC 5-1 straight up on the road in the playoffs. 4 of the 5 wins by 9 points or more. The Spurs have 3 home losses in the playoffs. They have 1 in every series and lost those 3 games by an average of 7 points. Look, McCain's probably not going to get 18, but I wouldn't pencil Champagne in for 22 either. I think OKC wins, and then we have Knicks and Thunder, and the whole world roots for the Knicks. Dabbundo?
I don't know if you guys saw this, but Game 6 of the finals is scheduled in MSG the same day as the France World Cup game at MetLife.
Right.
You have to wonder, Mr. Wembanyama, does he want to be at that World Cup game?
Ooh.
Interesting. He will be. I think he will be.
He will. Well,
because
he
the
won't
Thunder
be
are gonna be
if
playing the
if the
Knicks.
Spurs win in 7. He won't be there.
Yeah.
So instead of 1-2-3 Cancun, it's 1-2-3 MetLife in 2 weeks.
Well,
that's if we were rich, or if we knew somebody who was rich, think of the day we go to Shinnecock for the practice round of that
Right.
day.
That's
you
the
spend
same
more
week.
time out there in the Hamptons, and then you go over to the France Senegal game.
Yep.
You have French fries and whatever else, and then you go over to the Garden for the nightcap. It's a pretty good day. It's a pretty good sports day.
Listen, House, I would be rich if our friend wasn't such a homer with his votes.
You could have paid for me and Dabbundo to join you.
Would have done it all. We would have done all three. All right, Dabbundo, but you're like a scared little boy here. You're not picking a side in Game 6.
No, I'm not. Also, if you wanted to go really crazy, Iraq plays Norway in Boston that night as well. You can make a quadruple. Yeah, you're good. You pass.
Okay, good.
I'm
going to buy a ticket for that. Go ahead. Yeah.
I like Norway Norway minus 1.5 against Iraq.
All right, let's move on. Dabbundo doesn't want to pick this game. He does not want to pick this game. I don't understand.
Well, my confidence is shaken, Sal, because I've had a very simple formula throughout this series, and it has been betting against Chet and Shea to score points. And unfortunately, both of them went over their total in Game 5. So it was not, even though my OKC 401k portfolio is showing good returns, investors are very happy. We just had a meeting. We're up 18% now on our 401k returns for them to win the title that Raheem told us to invest in, then told us to sell, then buy, then sell, then buy again, then sell. I think this total's now a little high. And I'm going to play the zigzag effect and say that while the refs called everything in Game 5, Game 6 will be the jailhouse scrap we saw in Game 5 for the first 5 minutes, where both teams come out, and it's similar to a Game 4 type setting where SGA does not get that same whistle. You are unlikely to get Caruso and McCain doing what they did on the road, although I'm not betting against Jared McCain, that's for sure, because the 10.5 point total with the minutes he's playing seems to be a bit low. But I'm going under 218.5. I tried an under in game, what game was that? 2, we lost. I'm back to the well in Game 6.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, House, it is interesting because you think the must win, if the refs were ever going to fudge anything, it would be that Game 2, right after the OKC went down 1-0. I think, I could be wrong with the numbers, but SGA had 9 free throws in Game 1. I think he had 6 in Game 2. So it's like, all right, maybe they've gotten off of that. Maybe they don't like the flailing and the flopping and all that. They don't care. No, back at 17 free throws tonight. 16 for 17.
There were a lot of fouls. They were definitely jostling him a good bit, but 17 free throws?
It's a lot.
It just sets it up for how physical. Honestly, it is it creates a kind of permission structure for San Antonio to be physical as hell at home in this Game 6, because that is how they have played in every one of these games. Their rotations have been excellent. They're in the shirts. They're in the shorts. They're a top and bottom team. That San Antonio, they'll go shirts and shorts. The Spurs defensively, and that's why those women behind Mitch Johnson are so thrilled there in San Antonio.
There you
but
go.
Look, I think that we got all of these fouls out of the way in Oklahoma City so that we can get back to San Antonio, let the Spurs be physical. And I don't think we're going to see McCain. He'll have his minutes, and I think it's going to be akin to Game 4, what we saw out of him, which is, it dries up, the basket gets smaller. And the same for, they were in Caruso in Game 4 as well. I think it's going to be a similar kind of script for Game 6.
All right. San Antonio minus 3.5, 218.5 in Game 6. You guys could do that. You could put that in at FanDuel.com. So you could go http://www.FanDuelSportsbook.com. Ringo Gambling Show is brought to you by FanDuel. NBA playoffs are here, and everything is on the line. Every possession matters. Every bucket swings the game. And tonight is your shot to boost your bet. That's right. All customers get a profit boost tonight. So when the moment hits, your win hits bigger. And FanDuel's giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long. You could take houses minus 9.5 and combine it with the unders. Dabbundo says that'll pay out a nice number. Do that. Lock in your bets. Boost your odds and make the playoffs pay off with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Head to FanDuel.com/gamblers to get started. FanDuel, play your game. You have to be 21 plus in select states or 18 or older in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in is required. Bonus is issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. As I look at these Western Conference Finals odds, Dabbundo, minus 490 and plus 380. Guess which team is which? No, that's easy. That's an easy question.
I'm going to guess the
right?
look, my model says the Spurs are not winning a game 7 on the road
Yeah.
in OKC.
Mine does too. It says they're going to win game 6 in San Antonio. We have different models, but that's how it goes. Should we give some love
We
to
have
the
two
Knicks
models,
house?
like the two women. Never mind.
It's a price is right here. So they already have odds for this finals that we keep alluding to that hasn't been announced yet. They have game 1 odds here. Well, essentially they have the odds here. But game 1, the Knicks are either getting 4.5 or 6.5 house. 4.5 if they go to San Antonio, 6.5 if they go to OKC. You know, it would be fun to see the Knicks steamroll the finals. And then we could, the three of us and anyone who else is honest, can conclusively say we saw the most dominant playoff team of all time, right?
Wow.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that. I wasn't sure where I was heading.
Well,
They are more dominant than anybody
they
I've
are.
watched
They
since
would
the
be.
prime, since the
Differential.
prime Warriors.
Right
Yeah,
now they
exactly.
are. And so if they keep it up, sure.
That's right.
I just worry, though, House, the 9-day layoff is going to be a bummer. I mean, it almost guarantees they're zapped if they're of their momentum and they lose game 1 in either Oklahoma or San Antonio.
The only
It
thing
could be a 6-day layoff for the Thunder too.
That's right. Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like if the Thunder win game 6, they're gonna have. By the way, ridiculous that they pre-schedule this far in advance. They just start the damn series on Sunday. Nobody will mind. But anyway.
Especially locking into this garbage schedule where there's one weekend game, and it's a Saturday. It's not even a Sunday. And game 7 would be on a Friday, right?
It used to be ethical. It used to be that game 2 was always on Sunday night. I don't know why they moved it up a day this year.
Right.
Game 2 was supposed to be a Sunday. Then you get the Tuesday, Thursday, and then Sunday again for game 5.
Jordan on Father's Day. Yeah, that's how it was. No, you're right, though, House. It could be a long layoff for OKC, but I'll tell you, you know how it is. If the Knicks go down and they're a little rusty and they go down 20 like they did to the Cavs, it's going to be lights out for that game, right?
Does not feel like there's a comeback. Kenny Atkinson's advanced analytics and timeout. You know, he still has those timeouts from game 1. I've been looking for them on eBay.
The analytics said not to use them.
Maybe he'll put them on eBay now that the series is over. I've been looking. I've been starving for those timeouts.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT of this playoff tournament, right? Not capital GOAT. Like, so if we did the Olympic GOATs for gold, silver, and bronze, Kenny Atkinson gets the gold. All the Celtic shooters get the silver, and KD get the bronze. Do you feel like that's fair, or am I missing somebody?
You'll have to give an honorable mention to Jalen Duren, who probably cost himself.
Jalen Duren.
Yeah. He gets the aluminum, whatever.
Yeah.
What's
he cost himself a little bit of chunk of change.
That's true too. That's true too.
But he's still a young guy, so we'll
have
see.
to be his agent in the negotiating this, burning the tapes from all the playoff stats.
Yeah, well,
just don't look at those.
You know, maybe you.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this on Atkinson. I don't think it's necessarily the wrong message to say to your team. I think it is worth saying that, like, we feel like our process has been good. We've gotten open looks and we haven't made open looks, which, by the way, like, there are people that go back and forth on the shot quality data. I have seen people been very critical and very praising of it because they question it's the saying, like, every model is wrong, but the question is by how much. And that's how people feel about the shot quality data. But it's not a great thing to say to the media because it always screams sour grapes. It just always
having
feels
too much fun with it.
Yeah.
Is it worse than what Harden said? Like, we were the better team? I felt like we were the better team. That to me sounds.
He also thought he was solid defensively, Harden. He thought that. He did think it.
He's also getting multi-year extension today.
I bet he thinks that too. I bet he thinks it.
No, apparently he is, House. That's
Well,
the thing.
good.
I did see that today.
Give
yeah.
me the.
And-
I can't wait. And keep Kenny Atkinson as the coach, and let's make so much money betting against Cleveland next year. That'll be phenomenal.
If you believe in history, this is 4 straight years where the team that lost in the Eastern Conference Finals has gone on to win the East the following year. Boston, Miami,
That's right.
Indiana, New York. You know who
Here we
lost
go,
in the
Cleveland.
East Finals this year, House?
I mean, I won't do it. That team is light years. They're akin to that 60-win Hawks team from 2015. Coach Mike Budenholzer won Coach of the Year over Steve Kerr, who won the goddamn NBA title. I know
That
it's a
was
regular
Simmons.
season award. That's
Simmons
fine.
voted for that. Voted for that too. He got that wrong.
He voted for Coach Bud over his good pal Steve Kerr. But we never heard from the Hawks again. And that is exactly where we're going to land with this Cleveland team.
I'm pulling up this
abysmal.
roster right now. What a squad this was. This team was a wagon.
The Budenholzer. Team?
Paul Millsap, 16 points a game.
Oh, he was the
Jeff
guy.
Teague, 16 points a game. Al Horford,
Great podcast.
15 a game. Kyle Korver, 12. Schroeder, 6th man of the year. He got votes that year. Off the bench, Damari Carroll, and then Mike Scott Hive, Piro Antich,
This is why
Shelvin Mack.
he deserved Coach of the Year.
Tabo Cephalosha was still in the NBA that year.
I
He deserved
remember-
Coach of the Year for that.
Yeah. I remember having to bet, being forced to bet Paul Millsap player props. Eastern Conference.
I mean,
Finals.
wait till we
Wasn't
do
that
this
fun?
with this Cleveland team next year.
Right. Unless LeBron's on the squad. Yeah. You know what's interesting though? You brought up Jalen Duren, and I'm wondering if you know how in the bowl games, some of these lesser bowl games, and now even some of the more important bowl games, the quarterback is sitting out because he doesn't want to diminish his. Are we going to see like a Duren type say, you know what, I can't play in the playoffs. It's only downhill from here. What am I going to
Wow.
do?
Now, that would
I think we
be-
see it. I think we see it.
I mean,
House.
we just got that in college basketball with Darren Peterson.
yeah,
It's
right,
like,
right.
I'm not sure that.
Why
How's this
wouldn't it
helping
spill
me?
over? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, at least he played in the tournament.
Yeah.
If anything, it should be the other way, right? He's like, I don't really want to hit 75 games in the regular season. I'm trying to preserve myself for the playoffs and really
Right.
show up to get that contract. Because really, you're not going to pay me based on anything I do in the first 82 games. You're only going to dock me if I suck in the last 10. So
Right. We'll
Poor
see
guy.
some variation of that. Title odds OKC minus 160. The Knicks plus 230. They finally leapfrogged the Spurs, who were plus 600. Finally, even though they were deserving of it for a long, long time. All right, let's do this, Dabbundo. French Open. A few upsets early. Medvedev on the men's side and Pagula on the women's side. I'm looking at the Bills odds. They haven't changed, but what can you tell us? I got beat on a parlay. Listen, I love watching I love watching tennis. Big comeback. We saw who did it the other day? Not Monfils. Who did we see? Oh, you Ruud, right? Casper Ruud.
Well,
That was
look, one of
great.
the craziest experiences I've ever had watching a tennis match. So Casper Ruud, we did the pod Wednesday. He was up 2 sets and 5-2 on the
Monday
verge of a
morning, yeah.
win. Monday morning. Yes, Monday morning. And I'm slowly watching as he literally looks like he's about to have a heat stroke on the court. Took a medical timeout. He can barely move. He's basically standing out there hoping to regain his composure and saying, well, I have enough of a lead that I can just stall and lose intentionally and draw it out and try to find myself for the 5th set. Now, in the betting odds, he got as low as 10-1.
Yeah.
Even though he was winning the match, he was 10-1 to win the match. So he had the lead.
Seems
was
to
like
be
minus-
a theme, that 10-1 odds of this podcast. But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
I can't shake the coach thing. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. And the opponent also was struggling physically.
Yeah.
He was starting to have heat stroke. So he said, you know what? Let me call a medical timeout myself. Which, look,
He won the fourth set 6-love, right?
yeah, he did. And then
6-0.
there was a medical timeout. So they took a break
Yeah.
for 5 minutes. They got treatment. Both guys were about to die. They call this court the greenhouse court. Apparently it traps heat in. It's been unbelievably hot in Paris this week, 90 degrees. So this guy, Safulin, opens in the 5th set at 70-30 to win the match, even though he was a huge dog pre-match, and gets cooked in the 5th set. Ruud finds himself, gets the second win, wins the match, comes from, on the verge of winning to then 10-1, medical timeout for both guys. It's like, will either guy just collapse and fully pass out from heat stroke?
So good.
No, it doesn't happen. Ruud wins. And that's, we bet Ruud to win the quarter.
We did.
His odds have slipped to plus 420 to win the quarter now. The market did not love that he almost died during his first round match.
I do want to say, but my point was, I love that was great. That's great viewing of a tennis match. But I also love, not as much, but back here, it's very early on the West Coast. I miss a lot of matches overnight, putting together a nice parlay of money line favorites and going through, okay, I won this one. I won this. Was a Popperin. What was this? Popperin? What is it?
Lexi Popperin.
Damn it. Minus 700. So I lose down $300 going into the day. Haven't even had a sip of coffee. Anyway, take it away. Take it away.
Take it away. All right.
Yeah.
I want to give you a PSA. Stop putting Daniil Medvedev in any parlays.
Really?
The man is a true wild card. Last year, he famously, threatened the cameraman for trying to walk off the court before the match was over. It's caused a whole scene at the U.S. Open. He has now lost in the first round of 4 of the last 5 slams. He's lost in the first round in 7 of the 10 years he's played at this tournament, Roland Garros on the clay. And this is not some, average Joe. He was number 1 in the world 3 years ago. He won a slam at the U.S. Open, beat Novak Djokovic when Djokovic was trying to go for the calendar slam. So obviously an accomplished player who has completely lost his mind. Keep Medvedev out of your parlays. Norrie lost too. And so going into the tournament, something we said was that quarter 2 was one of the most open quarters I've ever seen. Medvedev was the betting favorite to win it at plus 250. He's now off the board, obviously. Norrie off the board. The current favorite is Cerundolo. He ain't going to win it. Nobody trusts him. The second favorite is Felix Auger-Aliassime, who tried so hard to lose in the first round today, but barely pulled it out in the 5th set. He's probably not going to do it. I'm going to put up Lerner Tien, young American guy, 21 years old. Really fun player to watch. Made the quarterfinals of the Australian Open. Had basically 0 clay experience about 3 weeks ago, but has been on a heater. He's coming into this match pretty hot. I like Tien at 10-1 to win quarter 2. I think our favorite number. There it is again. Do I think he's actually going to win it? Probably not. But this quarter, as open as I've ever seen a quarter in a slam, and it's crazy that Sinner's going to get to play one of these guys in the semis and probably win in about an hour and a half.
House, I'm going to test you. I'm quizzing you on quarter 2, so you better be paying.
Yes.
I was trying to look up. I forgot who's the one that's a bad boyfriend. It's not Medvedev. Medvedev's married, it turns out, but one of these guys is a bad boyfriend. When you were talking about
Sinner,
are you talking about
might be Sinner.
like criminally bad?
Oh no! Did Sinner commit a crime?
No.
Okay.
Sasha Zverev has had some domestic violence claims.
Well, Sinner stole one of the Nader sisters' hearts. I don't know if that's a crime, but
that's
yes,
fine. I'm
no,
fine
by all
that.
accounts, Yannick Sinner is a lovely young man.
Okay, great.
Well, there you
Yes.
go. You know what?
He did date Anna Kalinskaya. You should look her up. But they broke up last year.
Okay.
You like Sinner, Dabbundo, because he has that baby face. Like you, he has like a baby face, like that Michael Cera quality. I think that's
People do give me the Michael Cera comp a good bit.
Of course,
That's a good one.
Of course. Yeah, no doubt. All right. We have anything more to say? Give us a pick for late. Is this late Wednesday or is this Thursday?
This is Thursday morning. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So
I like both Americans. Ben Shelton, the lefty. He really does raise his game at these majors. Not necessarily as natural on the clay, but Shelton and Lerner Tien both to win even money parlay. 2 favorites. We're not gonna get too crazy, but Shelton and Tien to win their matches. Tien, I really think like the clay ELO numbers have him as a top 10 player on the clay, and I seem to. I mean, his game is very suited for the surface.
Clay Elo played for the Cavs. That was a great kid. Oh no, that was a different Elo.
They were an amazing emo band in the late 90s.
That's right.
Clay Elo.
All right, House, it's your turn.
Hey,
flexing your muscles over.
All right, I'm gonna
Schwab.
tossing the ball over to House.
Yes.
Well, this is where we are. It's if we're officially in the tennis and golf season. The NBA doesn't want us to watch any games consecutive nights, so you've got to fill up your time with golf and tennis wagering. And by golly, the PGA Tour delivers. We're still in Texas. I did the Fairway Rolling podcast with
Love
Nathan
it.
Hubbard today. We gave out some picks, and that will be up overnight. But we wondered aloud, why isn't there any good golf in Texas? Like you look at the Texas tournaments, they're all kind of really diminished. And in any event, with that as the context, let's go find some winners.
Wait, House,
the reason that I'm mentioning this is because the venue that they're playing this golf tournament, this is the Charles Schwab Classic. I don't know what's classic about Charles Schwab. I'll take their word for it. But we're at Hogan's Alley Colonial Country Club. They've been playing professional golf there for 90 plus years. It's a very cool venue. It's small. It's a throwback. Tree line fairways. They've kept the trees in place. You have to be really accurate off the tee, and it favors ball strikers. It favors guys that are super accurate in approach. You do not see double digit under par at this golf course. This golf course tends to produce winners in like the 7 under to 8 or 9 under kind of category. That's where Ben Griffin ended up last year on his little mini tear. And I'm not messing around with winner. I like Justin Thomas this week. I don't like Ludwig Oberg, so that means immediately go bet a little bit on
I was going to say,
you must.
Every week people tell me to bet him. He never wins.
He's plus 850 favorite.
I'm not convinced he's ever won an event.
He definitely has, but this is not the kind of venue for that. So I'm in the finishing place markets. I'm looking at top 20s. I want guys, and we you only have to hit one of 3 if you're in this marketplace and playing guys that are 2.5 to 1 or 3 to 1. Last week we had Max Grazerman along with Koala Carl Phillips, who unfortunately missed the cut, and I can't remember who. Oh, we had Michael Brennan. Those 2 guys missed the cut, but Grazerman not only top 20, also top 10, big time cash finisher. That covers everything off. We're going right back to the same boat. And everybody's heard of Tony Finau, plus 270 to finish top 20. Had a very nice start last week right there in Texas. They're staying in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so the travel isn't very complicated. He loves this golf course. He had a miscut in 2023, but otherwise T35 or better in 8 of 9 at this venue. 2 top 5 finishes, 2019 and 2022. And most importantly, he's gaining shots on approach in 5 of his past 6. So he had a good week putting at TPC Craig Ranch. If he just putts average, then he's going to collect this nice plus 270 for us. Going down the card to a couple of names that folks may not be familiar with. Andrew Novak is a guy who is known for being a quality ball striker. He has gained strokes on approach in 3 of his last 4, and he gained a ton of shots. This is what caught everybody's attention. He was very good at the PGA Championship at Aronimink, which really required some good shot making. He's good in this category, 100 to 150 yards. So you get off the tee, and then you're like, oh, I have like 140-yard shot in. Novak, good at that. If he's an average putter, he should finish in the top 20 plus 250. And then Tom Hoagie is a TCU grad. He's back in his old stomping grounds. He's coming off of a tied for 6th finish last week at Craig Ranch.
He was good.
He was good. And he also he finished tied for 26 at Aronimink. And the most important thing that commends Hoagie is, well, there's 2 things. One is he's plus 470 to finish top 20, and this is a guy that finished inside the top 20 of the FedEx Cup a couple years ago. It's like the quality is there, but he was 4th in strokes gained ball striking at this venue just 2 years ago. So he's comfortable at this place. He's super accurate. He's known for his accuracy, and this is exactly the venue for it. He just needs to putt average to get us that top 20 at plus 470.
I mean, he should be your favorite golfer of all time. The guy's name is Hoagie, for God's sakes, right?
Well, yes. I always have an eye on the Hoagie.
Is there a Sammy Smorgasbord? If there isn't, Tom
Peter
Hoagie
Pizza.
should be your
I'm always eyeballing Peter Pizza.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Champagne's pretty good.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oberg isn't. No, that doesn't trend. No, that's nothing. Maybe when you go to Sweden, you'll find something like that. Dabbundo. All right, let me throw one in there. Robert McIntyre, top 10, plus 230, right in that same range, but this is top 10. He left a cryptic Instagram post last week or 10 days ago. He said, golf won't last forever with a poop emoji. And everyone's like, what the hell? Whoa. I mean, because he didn't make the cut at the PGA Championship, so everyone thought. But I don't think he's given up. 15th in world rankings, right? Finished tied for 6th. Speaking of tied for 6th, last year at Charles Schwab in Fort Worth. Last time he played in the state of Texas, you're all over these Texas tournaments. He finished 2nd in April at the Valero Texas Open. 8th overall on tour and putting, which is something I want to talk to you about, House. Is it the laziest critique of a course to say, you know what, this is a tournament where if you want to win, you're going to have to make your putts? I hate it. I can't stand it. It's the dumbest shit. It really is.
Well, wasn't that the criticism of Aronimik? Oh, it's too much about the putting.
No, you got to make your putts. You have to. These other tournaments where it's easy to chip in from the sand? This isn't one of them. You're going to have to make your putts.
I don't.
Stupid. I hate it.
Whoever says that, don't listen to him.
Robert McIntyre. It's up there with he's a good thrower of the football. Robert McIntyre, top 10.
Now, here's a guy. He makes his putts.
Yeah, he makes his putts. You won't see. He's one of these fluky guys chipping him from the rough. All right, Dabbundo.
Now,
baseball.
House, real quick, House.
Go ahead.
Now, you told us all about how they were going to make the Craig Ranch tougher this year.
No, they told us all about that. I didn't say a goddamn. I just repeated what they told us. They can't control the weather. This was what came out of Craig Ranch. So yes, famously, they spent $25 million after Scotty Scheffler shot 31 under at that golf course last year.
They made it tougher for him. All right.
He only shot 25 under.
He only shot 25 under. That's exactly right.
Baby
steps. Didn't make enough putts.
Yeah, you got to be able to make your putts. If you want to win. Some guys don't want to win, so it doesn't matter. But if you want to win, you're going to have to make your
Bobby Mack might not want to make his putts, Sal. You haven't really considered that in the handicap.
Emoji.
Golf won't last forever, guys. The segment might, but golf
won't last forever, but made putts will last forever.
What else do we have to talk about?
You got to make nothing. I thought I didn't do you guys a
Patriots
favor.
under 9.5 today. That made me
feel good. All right, let's
we did hump day headlines.
Wow. Well, we have plays of the day. Let's give our plays of the day for Wednesday. Dabbundo, I cost us Monday. I think Raheem won. He was very excited to tell people about it. You won. You had the Phillies, right?
Raheem had the Knicks. I mean, that's the easiest win of all. I sat there. I mean, we talked about it on the show Monday. We're like, shouldn't you just bet Knicks alts? Like the Cavs reek of quit.
Right. Damn it.
And guess who bet $0.00 on the New York Knicks? Only thing I bet was Mikal Bridges over and the Towns under, which lost. So I lost money on the game. Sitting there watching the Knicks win by 30, just as we all said they would. Wondering exactly what I was doing. But you know what? I bet the Phillies, and they won too.
I bet that. I tailed that Phillies bet.
Hell yeah.
Good bet. Luzardo.
That was nice.
My guy.
Luzardo's coming back.
Despicable team. Good result. All right, now you're going. Oh, well, you're going to the Diamond again.
Yeah, the Diamond's been good to me. I will say this. About 2 weeks ago, there was a very quiet trade. Maybe not that quiet, but there was a trade. And people were like, oh, why is Cleveland trading for Patrick Bailey? Why, Patrick Bailey, not a very great catcher. He struggles to hit. However, acknowledges that he is one of the best defensive catchers in baseball. They traded him, and now, unsurprisingly, their pitching staff has gone into the gutter since then. They are bottom 5 in many, many pitching categories in the last 2 weeks since trading their 2-time Gold Glove catcher. Granted, they did get a prospect whose nickname is Tugboat, so maybe they're doing something right. But
they're not making their putts.
They're not making their putts.
I mean,
they're not getting their outs.
Depends how you spell putts.
And Mike Soroka is a guy that I think I bet on in almost every start this year. Outside of one start where he gave up 9 runs to Milwaukee, he's been very underrated by the market. So give me the Snakes to slither their way past the Giants, minus 125.
All right. Look at that. All right. I'm going to take a baseball game too here. Now, I don't know if you're following this Royals-Yankees series, but the Yankees absolutely smoked Kansas City on Tuesday. They beat them 4-3 Monday, respectable. 15-1 on Tuesday. 24 hits, House. Do you know how long it would take my Mets to get 24 hits? I have the answer. 192 games. So it's over a year and like a seventh or something. Anyway, They have Kansas City's number, but you know what, Dabbundo? I say they're going to lose that number today. I'm going against Garrett Cole again. It worked the other night. Tony Tokens and I went head-to-head. The Rays scored late to beat the Skankies, and I think they're going to do it again, except it's going to be the Royals. KC starter Noah Cameron does well against the Yankees. Bellinger, Chisholm, Judge, a combined 1 for 15 against them with 5 strikeouts. It's a weird spot. It is a save face spot for the Royals at plus 132. Give me that.
So 25 hits for the Yankees tonight?
24, I thought.
24?
Yeah.
24? Mm-hmm. You want to guess how many hits the Mets have in their 5-game losing streak?
All right, I was
combined?
just being, it's fine. I know.
Yeah, he made the joke already.
It's 24.
They don't want to make their putts.
Shit, that's a lot.
What do you want?
24 hits for the Mets in 5 games.
They should go up there with 9 irons to bat, House. Anything would be better.
Would it be any different?
Billy Gill's Marlins with a sweep, and the Reds are going for it tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully Gil fell asleep there on the other end. I don't want to talk to him about it. Disgusting. The walk-off grand slam.
What are you going to do this summer, Sal? What are you going to do? Just sit around and wait for
really
football
starting
to
to get into soccer. It's going to be soccer and golf.
Soccer.
Really? Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
Point.
And hockey for a few more days. House, congratulations, by the way. The Golden Knights held on 2-1. They sweep the Avs, who were a big favorite. I think they were like a minus 260 favorite.
And on this show 1 week ago, I posed the question: is there any value in the Knights? Like, should we just be grabbing? Because the presumption, the implied probability felt out of whack with the. I mean, it's because Colorado was so dominant the first part of these playoffs, but we felt like, and Makar was a huge loss for Colorado. It turns out. I mean, they just couldn't.
That's a stunning sweep.
He came back. It really is, but that's hockey. Speaking of, that's hockey.
That is hockey.
We have this Carolina team with a horseshoe up its ass, 2 consecutive overtime wins. I can't withhold my disdain for Carolina. It goes back to the rivalry, small r, because it's hockey, with Washington Capitals. And Carolina
is going to be a Dundon joke
for a couple minutes. Oh, it's right there. It's on the tip of my tongue. And that bum had to sell a portion of Carolina so that he could, buck up and get
tarnish the Blazers.
15 friends and neighbors to go file for bankruptcy with the Blazers. Congratulations, you bum. But there haven't been enough goals from the Montreal team. They have 34 shots over basically 3 games, and their expected goals are like just north of 5 total expected goals over that period. They're not even getting 10 shots a game, barely.
They had 2 in the third period last game. Sorry, I only know this because I had Carolina in regulation.
And of course they were going. Once they got through regulation tied. Their live odds should have gone to minus a bajillion in overtime.
His bet's dead. Okay, go ahead. Let's score. Go ahead.
Jakub Dobiš has been standing on his head. I just made this up. I have no idea how to say his name.
He's going to win quarter 2.
He's no Carey Price.
Yeah. And then there's a Fred Anderson, except for it's Frederic. I don't know. Why would I do that?
Freddie.
It's Fred.
When we were watching Canes Flyers, I was like, what's the goalie's name? And they're like, Freddie Anderson. I'm like, there's no way that's actually his name. Turns out it is actually his name.
Well, it sounds like the Zamboni driver, who's technically the 4th string goalie, Freddie Anderson. Let's get Freddie off the seat, out of this hot seat.
It feels like he would have been a character that went up against.
Sorry, House, we're shitting on you.
No, Carolina needs to I mean, Montreal needs to put Freddie in his place. It's what is it called? What's it? 5 Nights with Freddie? Isn't that the horror game that the boys play?
I thought you were going to mention for sure Freddie got fingered. I mean, that was right there for you. But go ahead.
That's for you. He has a very, very impressive goal save above percentage. Save percentage is outstanding. We're talking about Freddie. And on the other side, Dobiš with unsustainable goal save above expected. I think the floodgates open, and I think it's because Montreal is going to press. They know that the only way to win hockey games, guys, is to score goals. I don't know if you want to.
If you want to. Yeah, in this game, if you want to win games, you have to score goals.
You have to score, and that starts with shooting the puck at the goal.
It has to go.
Can't
around
beat
the
Freddie
goalie?
Anderson though. That guy was,
Maybe not, but I think Montreal is going to try, which means they're going to be vulnerable on defense.
Right.
I see a lot of goals coming in this one. Over 5.5 goals. We finally
Make your
got there.
putts. Make your putts, Carolina. Let's get it. All right, yes, let's do some hump day headlines. I was going to avoid this one. Dabbundo, did you write this in with the Josh Jacobs? Man, it bums me out.
I got a bad feeling about the Packers.
It's funny because
That's all I wanted to say.
On the spot, I took a team
important.
to win. It was the Packers. Go ahead. What happened, House?
Important.
Something else is in?
No, it's bet the under on the Packers right now.
I got a weird feeling about
the board.
They let Dobbs walk, right? They let Wicks go. The whole receiving core now looks a whole lot thinner this year. They're kind of in this weird transition where, yes, Golden is there, Reed and Watson, but they only play like half the games. And I like Jordan Love. I love Matt LaFleur as a coach in terms of an offensive schemer, but I don't see a necessarily all that improved special teams group that they've brought in here. And the defense is not going to have healthy Micah Parsons. Who knows what he looks like coming off of a major injury. And we saw that defense too last year. Once he went out, like the second, third pass rushers are just bleh.
I know, but they were also on the other side of luck. I mean, they were, lost to the Bears,
oh my
was
God,
just disgusting.
Yeah.
But
it was disgusting. No,
so
I love Green Bay last year, but what's their number?
9.5. How's
9.5, and the under is even money on the FanDuel Sportsbook right now. Let me refresh it. Let me make sure that
the thing is they're just a top 10 offense every damn year.
That division is better. I mean, this is the issue, right? I think there's a decent chance when we try and do the rankings.
It's always good. Yeah.
First, second, third, and fourth in that division. I'm going to put the Packers in the fourth hole a couple times. We didn't even touch on
tough finish
inside the trenches kind of personnel moves that have
the O-line.
The O-line.
Looks
there
very
we go.
Mid.
Yeah. Yes. Under for me. Under 9.5. Strong under for Green Bay.
Last 7 games
before the Jacobs thing, or you're just this
doesn't help. The Jacobs thing certainly does not help.
Booked on charges of battery, domestic abuse, strangulation, Jesus, and suffocation, and intimidation. Yeah, I would think all those would lead to intimidation. Yes, that's like on the plane when they say do not. What they say? Do not tamper with, do not disable, do not. They talk about everything, and it's like, that's all tampering. It's like 7 things, but anyway.
Don't touch anything.
Yes, don't touch anything. Another football story. Greg Olson won the Sports Emmy Best Analyst over Tom Brady. And
is that remarkable?
Well, he won over others too, but over Brady because he's the second team and Brady's the first. I think it's more remarkable to say it that way. I don't know. Tom Brady had a whole roast. Does Greg Olson get a roast now? How does this work? Or just
it would be in the roast. I don't know. I don't know if I have any good material for him. Whereas with Mr. Brady, the jokes kind of write themselves.
Yeah. Okay. Let's bring on Andy Dalton. He's got some words for Greg Olson. I don't know what he would say. Put it out. All right. We got anything else? I mean, it's late by you guys. We did a full hour almost.
It's a good show. Can't wait to start talking about football.
We learned.
We will. The World Cup starts June 11th. Joe House.
Okay.
The beautiful game of football will be heavily discussed.
I bet Norway. Sucks, right? I bet Norway every which way against Iraq. I listened to you.
You did? You actually did?
Yeah. I also bet
I was serious. Oh.
I bet Tottenham and the under.
On Sunday?
Yeah, you told me to do that.
I think
I listened.
See, we all jumped
I was on the show. You said it on the show. I was there.
Yeah, we did. But that was a homer pick, much like Simmons voting for
Missoula.
Well, I can't tell the difference. How am I going to tell the difference?
Well, he was at the bar. He was like crying. Even when they won, he cried.
We were dancing. We were singing.
Memorial Day, rooting for
it was a beautiful
team. Crazy.
I got to the bar. Game was supposed to kick off at 11. I got to the bar at 10:20. Bar was not open yet. There was a line wrapped around the street corner, like probably 100 people in line to go watch this game at this bar. And the guy in front of me is holding, like, he's got a suitcase and he's holding a paper bag, like a plastic bag with 4 boxes of tissues. And I turned to him and I said,
Oh my God.
Are you expecting like what are you expecting here? He goes, oh no, they're not for this. he's like they were a package deal at the store. So I bought 4
Did you
boxes.
see those girls behind Mitch Johnson at the Spurs game?
Dabbundo, had there ever been a line for that bar before for a time?
Last year they were in the Europa League final. It was a Wednesday at 2 p.m. kickoff. And I got there at 1 o'clock, and there was not a seat open in the place. It was packed.
Right, but not like no line though. Like
no line. Well, there was a line formed.
A little bit.
Yeah, right around.
You
kickoff,
were the line.
Yeah.
You were waiting to get in. Yeah. All right.
That's correct. Yeah. It was,
all right.
Me and Bart Osmond were waiting to get in the bar.
Oh yeah, Bart Osmond. All right. So Friday we have another show. We might not have a game to preview. We might, or we could preview a game.
We could just do the roast of Raheem Palmer if the Thunder win in 6.
You could do live bets for the golf tournament.
That's true. Oh, there is a soccer game. There's a soccer game Saturday.
Is Carl Phillips playing this week, House, or he doesn't get?
I don't know the answer.
He quit the sport.
He's not on my card.
He said golf doesn't last forever, and he's done.
I gave him one chance. He missed the cut with the K. He did not want to make the putts.
He was 4 under, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good." Nope, not good enough at the Byron Nelson CJ Cup Classic.
That's right.
At the Craig Ranch of Texas.
I'm sorry to prolong this agony, but do you guys know they have this hole that they've fashioned, the 17th hole? They make it into a par 3 where they surround it with grandstands. They try and recreate what the vibe of what they have out in Phoenix, which is
this at the CJ Cup?
The CJ Cup. The CJ Cup is a Korean brand, and they promote this food group called Bibigo, and they sell all kinds of Korean style delicacies in frozen boxes, dumplings, whatever you want, bibimbap. They offered if anybody made a hole in one, this most recent tournament, $40,000 Korean feast, and so we were wondering. First of all, how many people does that feed, and what exactly goes into a Korean feast? So I had to do some research. I didn't call Dave Chang, but I thought about it.
You should have.
Why? He could have told us. There is.
Well, it would feed just you if you were.
That goes without saying.
If you got the hole.
So both. We say, what about Korean Wagyu, Korean caviar? Well, those do exist. Both of those things exist. And in fact, there is a version of enjoying the Korean Wagyu. It has a specific name. It's not called Wagyu there, but it's the version of beef. And they serve it omakase style, which is, you sit down and it's course after course after course, and it's a chef's choice, and he brings you, it's $400 a person. So really you're saying they're hosting a thing for 100 of your friends and family of this fine beef and maybe some of the Korean caviar, and boom, you're in. Yeah, really good. Great job by them. Nobody had a hole in one.
No one hit it. Yeah.
Nobody hit
it. And that stinks. They do that for a few of them, right? A few sponsors do that.
Right? Well, they give cars usually.
They're what? Cars.
You get a hole in one, you get a car. The $40,000 Korean food feast is
you could make a car out of $40,000 worth of Korean food, I think, if you really put your mind to it.
You just have to want to make your putts.
You got to make your putts.
At my local putt, if you get a hole in one on the last hole, you get a free round.
Oh, that's good. Mm-hmm. That's good. So it's the same
Clown's
thing.
Mouth.
But you have to really want to make your putts.
All right, guys, it's 9:30 here. I got to go to bed.
The Phillies won, Sal, in case you're wondering.
Good for you.
I know you were dying to find out.
You know what? That's what I'm going to do this summer, House. I'm rooting against the Phillies. That's all.
Perfect. Done.
You and Raheem can hang out.
Yeah. All right. That is going to do it, I promise, for the Ringer Gambling Show. For Anthony Dabbundo, a.k.a. Tony Tokens, and Joe House, I'm Sal saying so long and happy handicapping. You must be 21 or older and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 or older and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE/NY or text Hope New York in New York. For Louisiana, call 1-877-770 7867.